Toda.
Toda indeed. Toda Stoney.
This is If I Were You, the only advice podcast on the internet, hosted by us. I'm Amir.
And I'm Jake.
And this is a super special, exciting episode for two reasons. One, we're filming it. We're shooting it. We're videotaping it.
Wow, videotaping.
If
this
you
is
guys,
going straight to videotape.
It's going straight to a VHS tape, right to our P.O. box. We will send you a copy. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, you probably already know that it's being videotaped. And if you are listening to it online, just know that you can watch us too. It's not gonna be like a common every episode thing, but we thought it would be like a fun experiment.
We called in a lot of favors to have this done. There's a cast and crew of like 800 people right now.
Catering, everything.
Roads are shut down in Williamsburg.
And we are also starting to sell our first 3 pieces of merchandise. That's your favorite one, right?
Hashtag dope. This shirt is hashtag dope, and if you don't own it, you're hashtag nope.
I'm so sorry for that. So we're selling 3 shirts through BustedTees. One is just like the podcast logo, which I'm wearing now.
You're so embarrassed to be wearing a picture of your face, aren't you?
Yeah.
That looks so weird.
Jake's,
if you cover me up, it's just you.
That would actually be a cooler shirt now that I think of it. Like me,
Excuse me.
A breast pocket and like me poking out of it, like a little Jack in the Box or something.
But yeah, I'd wear that. Sure.
And Jake says hashtag dope, and we have a third shirt, which we're not wearing yet, but it says "Seize the Cheese." We'll show that on the video too. Those are available through our through BustedTees, and you can find them if you go to iwereyoushow.com or seizethecheese.com. So
seizethecheese.com.
So please seize the teas because we're excited about them.
Holy shit! Is that the first time I heard you say "seize the teas"? Did you just come up with that, or did you know you were going to say that today? You wrote "seize the" in the background of your phone. It says "seize the teas."
You jerk! Why not at least make it a note? Why the background of your phone? So yeah, for those of you who are watching us for the first time, you can listen to the show every Monday it's a half-hour episode, and it's just Jake and I doling out advice that people email in. You know, they email us in at iwereyoushow@gmail.com with their sticky situations, with their conundrums, and we read the emails and try to answer the funniest questions.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So why don't we get started?
You know what? Fuck it. Let's not.
What?
Let's just chill, man. Let's me and you just chill.
This is the podcast.
Yeah,
don't you
matter.
get it?
We read questions. We don't read questions.
People just want to see us chat.
Yeah, or we just sit in comfortable silence. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, people just want to see us
Let's check our phones for like a couple minutes right now. Not like no talking. It's a video. They could watch us do it. You know, I'm just gonna check. I'm gonna refresh my Instagram feed.
Literally,
no hate. Here it is.
No hate.
I just don't want a lot of hate.
Yeah, yes, hate. That's a terrible thing to do.
All right, fine. I'll refresh it later. Go ahead.
Yes. So let's get started. The first email was submitted to us. We're gonna use fake names but real questions to preserve your anonymity. So the first question we received today is: for about 6 months, my best friend borrowed some money from me because he never has any, and I wanted to help out. I knew he would spend it all on cigarettes and booze, but I trusted him that I would get the money back. Now, 6 months later, I still haven't gotten them back, and I remind him all the time, and he keeps making excuses. My dad is furious at him and is threatening to kick his ass. Should I keep staying patient and let him take his time, or should I allow my dad to teach my best friend a lesson so that he knows I'm being serious?
So he knows I'm being serious?
So should this guy let his dad kick his best friend's ass just so he...
Hey man, you gotta give me the money or I'm gonna let my dad kick your ass. He's rearing it go. He's a pit bull on a chain and I'm gonna let it go. I'm holding the leash tight, but how much money was it that he spent it all on booze and cigarettes?
$13 probably.
6 months.
My dad is furious at him and threatening to kick his ass. Should I allow my dad to teach my best friend a lesson so that he knows I'm being serious? Should I allow my dad? Should I let my dad have at it?
My dad is a 76-year-old war vet with no legs. And my best friend is an 18-year-old triple sport athlete.
My dad just wants the green light so he can have at it, teach this kid a lesson.
Friend is gonna kick the shit out of my dad.
That's so funny. Yeah, all right. Here we go. Here's my
All
dad.
right, yo, you knew I was serious. My dad, go get him, Dad.
Oh,
You hit my dad. Why'd you punch my dad?
that's my goddamn dad, you asshole.
He robs his dad, buys cigarettes and booze. My dad is a 91-year-old black belt.
So, should he let his dad kick his friend's ass?
What? No, your dad's not gonna kick your friend's ass. That's not how the world
That'd be
works.
amazing too if he did. Holy shit, my dad just beat the shit out of you. I can't believe that fucking happened.
It would feel so good as like a 50-year-old to just know you could still beat the shit out of an able-bodied 20-year-old.
I would love to be able to beat the shit out of someone who can buy cigarettes and booze.
Yeah, you got like dad strength.
Yeah.
Dad strength.
Everyone
right?
just assumes dads are strong.
Right.
Like, at what age do you think you became stronger than your dad?
You know, there's a really nice poem. I forget who it's by.
Let's just go on to the next question.
Excuse me.
I just don't want to listen
Excuse
to
me.
that poetry shit.
It's all about how like the day this guy beat his dad in an arm wrestle. It's really nice.
Yeah.
I'll try to no.
It was on the dad's deathbed.
I'd love to look it up, but you obviously get pissed when I look at my phone.
Oh, I got pissed because you said you wanted to spend the first 5 minutes of the show refreshing your Instagram feed.
Okay, you know what?
We can
I
review the
haven't
tape.
checked it in 5 minutes.
All right, so our advice to this guy is, if I were you, I wouldn't let my dad beat
You
the
can't
shit
make
out
any.
of me.
Yeah, like make an idle threat. Say like, "Hey man, my dad's gonna kick your ass." Your friend will be like, "Excuse me, yeah, I'll pay the money back."
No, my dad is not going to beat
Also,
your dad
like,
up.
he said he knew his friend was gonna spend it on cigarettes and booze, and he gave it to him anyway.
Yeah.
So like, this is a little bit on you. I like want to look at the camera. This is on you.
If
pal.
your son gave money away and was not getting it back, would you beat the shit out of that guy?
If I was violent, I'd probably want to punch my son. But I think as a parent, you have to stop using violence, right?
No, I guess not.
Well, you don't have. Well, yeah, you go to jail for abusing your child.
Yeah, but what if it's not your child? What if it's somebody else's
If you're
child?
50 and you punch your kid, you're like, that's jail. That's child abuse. Your kid gets taken away. But if you're 50 and you punch a kid, I don't know how it works.
Listen, we're not lawyers.
I guess sick your dad on him and we'll see.
That's your advice. Let your dad kick this guy's
You
ass.
know what? Drop the leash. Let him go.
He's earned
I
it.
want to see what happens.
All right. Did I say that person's name?
I can't remember. Let's review the tape.
No. Let's figure it out. We'll call that guy Chandler.
Cool.
So thanks, Chandler, for writing in. This next question comes from Phoebe.
What's the theme of the names for this week? I can't figure it out.
It's just weird names that I made up.
Oh, interesting. Got it.
My friend does drugs, and she has been trying to get me to smoke weed with her. And I said maybe, but then she started taking Molly, and that was her thing. And she was trying to get me to take Molly with her. But Molly is bad for you, so I said no. And now she is trying to get me to take a whippet, or however it's spelled. But that can kill you, and I don't mind smoking weed with her. And I know almost everyone experiments with drugs in high school, so I don't think one time is that big of a deal. But I'm scared that if I smoke with her, then she'll be willing to do more stuff because I have almost no willpower. My brother said to stop hanging out with her, but she's a good friend. What should I do?
She's not a good friend. You can't have that entire first paragraph and then end it with, but she's a good friend. She's pressuring you to do fucking whippets. You just said she wants to do something that could potentially kill you, and she's trying to get you to do it.
I also like that she's like strengthening the drug every time she says no. Like, what sort of weird fucked up negotiation is
Right?
this?
She's like, ugh. Then she started doing Molly. Then she started doing whippets.
Yeah.
Now I feel like we're too late. This girl's already doing crack. They're both living in a crack den.
I don't want to do weed with you. All right. Molly? No, I don't know. Molly's dangerous. Fine. Whippets. No, I don't. I already said fine.
I guess that one has the most fun name. Yeah.
I'll do the weed.
I also I don't think everybody does Molly and whippets in high school. I didn't do that in high school.
Yeah, but maybe it wasn't around when you were in high school.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, I didn't do any drugs in high school except for weed.
You did weed.
I did weed.
Yeah, you did.
But weed ain't a drug. It's from the earth. You know what I'm saying?
Terrible advice.
Weed's from the earth, girl. And you know what? Technically, Molly is actually from the Earth. Like everything,
Yeah.
even the chemicals have like been. It's made on Earth.
They're
you
all
know,
matter
it's
that was there during
Right.
the Big Bang.
Yeah, it's
So-
all stardust.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
all natural. Whippets, that's natural.
Yeah, because humans made whippets,
Yo,
so that's
true.
from
Are
the
humans
Earth.
not from the Earth?
Yeah.
I don't think so. All
Last
right.
time I checked, they're from the Earth.
Thank you.
That being
Thank
said,
you.
we did 7 whippets and took 4 Molly pills before this podcast started,
Shit.
so who knows what we're thinking. I would say, if I were you, I'd listen to your brother. He seems like the smart one in this relationship. She's not a good friend.
Right, not a good friend. If she's pressuring you to do drugs, like, you know what? That's not a good friend. That said, yo, like weed's dope. I'm kidding. She's in high school. Fuck. No, don't do any drugs. They're all bad for you. And you should try to get your friend help too. If she's going down this spiral of weed to Molly to whippets, it seems like there's no end in sight. Try to help her out if she's actually a good friend.
She's getting closer and closer to from drugs to pharmaceuticals to just something you can get at a grocery store.
To death, the ultimate drug.
Yeah. That's beautiful. That's our next shirt.
Wow.
Jesus.
Shit, I'm crying.
I'd like to take that drug tonight, actually.
Let's die together, brother. No!
I was joking. All right. Moving right along.
Trucking.
This one is from Ross.
All right, Rossi.
Ross. He says, Dear Jake and Amir, I have a monobrow. The problem is my girlfriend wants me to shave it off, although personally I think it completes my look. What do I do?
It doesn't.
There's no look.
It doesn't complete your look. Next.
You don't know what he
Right.
looks like.
It doesn't. No. Sorry.
All right. Cool. Moving on.
All right, moving on. You know, we usually ask people to send in their audio versions of them asking questions. And this week, we got a very special video version.
Holy shit. So if you're listening, you can hear along. And if you're watching, check out this.
Hey, Jake and Amir. I'm Kyle Fox, and my dad was on your show for a little bit. Long-time listener, first-time caller. And after your advice in one of the last episodes, where you said we shouldn't get into a long-term relationship before college, I completely ignored that advice and had to do me. And now I'm moving out to Cali for a little bit. And I'm wondering, how do I stay away from these Slump Buster Festival harlot nudes? Thanks.
Wow.
So there it is.
That is insane. I want to answer your question, but I can't stop thinking about how much you look like Rick Fox.
That's what you say to Rick Fox every day, too. So he didn't want to be in a long-distance relationship, but you know what? He ended up ultimately deciding to do it.
He did have to do him.
And then now he's wondering how to avoid these ladies in college, freshman year, which is a difficult thing to do, especially when you're a tall, handsome man.
Yeah. So my advice to you is, sorry.
You're fucked.
Yep, you won't. You just won't.
Or you will, and it'll weigh on your relationship so much that that's what will destroy it.
Yeah, you're so handsome and cool that I want to give you good news, but unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can you imagine his girlfriend watching this, though?
Right, she
Okay,
might.
Jake and Amir
No,
are
you
gonna
can make
give
it. You guys are good. I promise. You guys are different.
Every other relationship is messed.
What about beyond college? In general, how do people resist temptation? Maybe we should take it like that.
Okay.
College is obviously its own thing. It's way harder.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot more temptation. There's a lot more partying. There's a lot more you're around so many attractive young people at once. That doesn't usually happen in the real world.
Right. So what you're asking me how I do it?
Yeah, because I don't. I don't resist it. My entire life is just giving in to temptation after temptation after temptation. So, what do I? Give me advice, man. What do I do?
I guess it helps to think about the long term. Okay, you're enjoying what you're doing right now, but how will you feel tomorrow? Do the cons outweigh the pros? Will the pain of the next 3 weeks be worth the joy of the next 2 hours? And if the answer is yes, cheat on your lady. Boom! Are you kidding me?